Hi, today I'm looking at warm up and cool down to any exercise. They're a vital part of the exercise. It's not a sort of optional extra in a way. They're part of the exercise. And the rule of thumb is that you're going to do a dynamic warm up set of exercises, and post any exercise you're going to do more static stretches. And the reason that you do that is that the dynamic warm-up is about getting the muscles ready and prepared for movement, whereas the static stretches are aimed at trying to help the muscles recover from the exercise that you've done. If you've done an exercise class, they tend to have warm-up exercises at the beginning and cool down exercises at the end as part of the exercise class. But if you're doing things like, with me, it's running, or if you're doing gym-based work, then you've got to really come up with a warm-up, cool-down set of exercises that are appropriate for you. So I'm going to run through the exercises I do before each and every run that I do, and I tend to do 10 of each. So I'm going to, in a minute, become headless so that you can look at the bit that is actually aiming at warming up. So I'm going to alter the camera. There we go. You can see more of me, less of my head. So the first thing I'm going to do is the squat. And here I'm aiming to keep my back in that straight line from my head down to my lower back. So I'm just going down. I'm checking out how my knees are doing. They can creak a little bit with this. And I'm concentrating on the technique, okay? Here's my head, rather than the quantity. I'm trying to make them quality moves. The next, I start to work out from my hip down to my ankles. So I'm going to do, if you can imagine, I've got something in front of me to hold on to. It looks as if I'm holding onto the phone here. So what I'm going to do is I'm really just swaying my leg from side to side. It does not have to look elegant, and I'm not elegant without my cupboard to hold on to. And I'm doing 10 of each. What I'm aiming to do is to get my hips moving and to get them used to the running I'm going to be doing afterwards. I've worked out my thighs in the squat, so now I'm looking at my hamstrings, and this is where I get quite adventurous. It's certainly the most dynamic movement I do, and I'm really taking opposite hand to foot, and I'm doing 10 of those, and then I'm swapping and doing 10. Warm-ups do not need to look elegant, they just need to get your muscles moving. Okay, that's the key here. I'm now moving down to my calves, and again, you can use a wall if that helps. Coming up on my toes and coming down, so I'm getting my calves to work. Coming up to my head. So the thing about running is that this part of your body does not move very much. Your arms are working, your legs are working, but this part tends to stay a bit still, even though the act of running, as in the act of walking, means that you get a little bit of a cross movement. So I tend to finish off with a nice spine twist, getting that torso to move. So look at what is the exercise that you're doing and what are the muscles you're going to be using and how can you dynamically get them moving. Post workout, you move into static stretches and you start to turn those dynamic things into static things. Okay, so let's look at that leg swing, moving the camera down again. You might want to try lunges from side to side, holding that part of your leg. And you want to aim to hold it for 20 to 30 seconds. Anything less than that and the muscle really isn't the thing that you're stretching. You're stretching the layers of fascia that are covering the muscle. So you need to sort of really get the muscle working. For hamstrings, you might want to do a hamstring stretch. So here I can feel this hamstring working. With calves, you might want to just sit, so you're stretching the bottom part of your leg. So you can see with the static stretches, what you're doing is you're going into a stretch and you're holding it there. Whereas dynamic, you're really movement based. So I hope that that gives you a flavour of how to approach a warm-up and a cool down. A warm-up should really feel as if your heartbeat has already started to increase and respond to the workout that you're going to be doing. Okay, take care. I'll see you again soon. Bye.